Well, a man suspected in a series of killings in suburban New York is expected to appear in court today. Rex Heuermann is charged with the murders of 3 women. Their bodies were found on Long Island's Gilgo Beach more than a decade ago. Heuermann was arrested just last month, and he pleaded not guilty. As our Errol Barnett reports, there are still many unanswered questions in this case.
59-year-old Rex Heuermann remains in custody as investigators search for answers, trying to figure out the scope of his alleged crimes.
This is an individual who's very much living a dual life, a life that he presents to the public and then the life that he keeps hidden from the public.
48 Hours spoke with the lead prosecutor in the case, Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney, after investigators spent days scouring Heuermann's Long Island property. The 12-day search involved cadaver dogs, ground-penetrating radar, and heavy equipment. Tierney says they discovered a walk-in vault in the basement and recovered hundreds of weapons, in addition to undisclosed evidence still under review.
He was a duck hunter, and he was also a target shooter, and obviously he owned and possessed a great number of guns.
Rex Heuermann, I'm an architect, I'm an architectural consultant, I'm a troubleshooter.
Rex, did you do it?
The architect and father of 2 was arrested July 13th. Investigators say they've used DNA and data from burner phones to link Heuermann to the murders of 3 women whose bodies were found on Gilgo Beach back in 2010. They say he's also the prime suspect in the killing of a 4th woman.
These individuals, they believe that they are not going to get caught.
The investigation into Heuermann also continues in Las Vegas, where police are reviewing unsolved cases to see if there's any connection. But under New York state law, Heuermann's DNA cannot be entered into the national database unless he's convicted.
We know that once somebody becomes a serial killer, that takes practice. And practice means there had to be other murders that occurred where they're learning their trade. They're learning how to become serial killers.
Now, according to the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office, Heuermann has been on suicide watch ever since he was placed into jail. His wife of 2 decades has now filed for divorce. Remember, they have 2 adult children. Right now, she's asking for privacy, both for the family and for their neighbors there in Massapequa Park. Anne-Marie, CBS News has reached out to Heuermann's attorney for any comment, and we've not yet heard back.
Well, perhaps we will be hearing from his attorney in court. What's going to be happening in court today?
Well, Anne-Marie, this is described by the DA as a conference. Ray Tierney, the lead prosecutor, will for the first time detail to a judge the case against Heuermann. It's the first time we will see the suspect and get a sense of his mood and demeanor. We know that the DA spent 12 days pulling apart his Massapequa Park home, both inside and outside, finding a vault, finding hundreds of weapons, as well as trace evidence and tangible evidence. So today may be the first time that we hear in a more full, complete picture of the case against this suspected serial killer.
Obviously, the investigation continues. Do we know if investigators are looking into any other suspects?
We don't know officially from the district attorney, and as we just showed you, they spoke to CBS News 48 Hours last week. But what we do know is that they've continued to interview people who know him, people getting more of a character profile of who he is and how he behaves. Remember, they were able to identify him as a suspect last year, but waited until this year to detain him because they needed to gather more evidence. It's possible someone may have helped or assisted him in these alleged crimes, but the DA isn't saying that just yet. We should know more at about 2 p.m. this afternoon as the conference begins.
All right, Errol, thank you.